All right, let's welcome our special guests for the evening. Joe, tonight we have filmmaker Nadine Esperance and actress Samantha Mack, and they're here to promote their upcoming film, No Pets Allowed. Nadine, Samantha, welcome to the Cutting Room Movie Podcast.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Oh, it's absolutely my pleasure. Nadine, I really have a question that I've been dying to ask you for almost a year now.
Okay.
I think I first heard about you when Joe and I were on the Horror Palace Network. You were a guest on Bill Shetty's Grizzly Zone.
Yes, I was.
And he screened Maya's Journal, which I believe is your first short film.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And the star of Maya's Journal is your daughter, right?
Right.
Okay, so you and I are having this conversation about the film. I don't know if you remember this. It was just like through messaging. And you kept referring to your daughter as Tadpole.
Yeah, that's her nickname.
And I'm like getting these messages, and I'm like, who the fuck? I'm like, who is Tadpole? And Joe, she's like, it's my daughter. God. Nadine,
when you get older, are you going to call her Froggy?
Yeah, right.
Nadine, you have to tell me where. I mean, you've got to give me the info here. Where does this come from? Where does this nickname come from?
It's because she's half French Canadian. You know, French frogs. Ha ha.
Oh wow, Nadine, you're extremely witty. I had no idea.
Only sometimes, but not always.
Oh my God. But it was just so weird. And you know, I actually get a little heat because my ex-girlfriend, we were living together at the time, and she has a son. He's going to be 4 this summer, but we lived together for a couple years. And my nickname for the kid was Turnip Head. And
that's a good one.
That's awesome.
I'm surprised I never asked you about that, because that did take me back.
But you know, it's funny because you know how and Nadine, I don't know if you ever run into this. I don't know what Canadians are really like. I mean, we do have a Canadian on the show, and he's a complete maniac. And I don't want to judge all Canadians by Dave Pace, but I mean, are people like all right with this? Do you ever run into anyone that's like, oh my God, who would call their daughter Tadpole? What kind of a maniac are you? Because I got it with the Turnip Head thing. Even one of my best friends was like, you can't do that. You can't call the kid Turnip Head. You're gonna
not for long.
For a little while.
Well, her real name is Nika, and it's just since she was born, she was always just been called Tadpole, and she calls herself Tadpole, and that's just, I don't know.
She's rolling with this, right?
Oh yeah, she wants me to legally change her name to Tadpole.
I totally believed her name was Tadpole this whole time. It wasn't until we finished like the second day of filming that I realized she had a real name. I just thought you were like a crazy hippie who named your daughter Tadpole, and I went with it.
Well, Samantha, I mean, the two, from what I've seen on Facebook, I mean, because there's, hey, listen, through my Facebook feed, there's no better friendship going on right now than Nadine Esperance and Samantha Mack. I mean, this is like, this is like the friendship to end all friendships. But I mean, you have developed a very good relationship with Tadpole, have you not, Samantha?
Yeah, Tadpole's my homegirl.
So you pal around, you show her a few things, you guys are regular pals.
Yeah, all of her bad words come from me.
All right, so Nadine, I mean, we can sit here and talk about Tadpole all night, I'm sure.
Probably.
Which
I've had a tattoo.
I mean, have you spent a lot of time I mean, because she's really one of your actresses anyway, right? I mean, it's all legit. I mean, she's been in Maya's Journal, obviously. She was the star of Maya's Journal.
Yeah.
And she was in Madame Soleil,
like Cirque du Soleil. Yeah.
Madame Soleil's Tea Party, and now she's also in No Pets Allowed. So I mean, she's just you're just going to continue to use Tadpole.
Oh, definitely. I mean, kids are creepy in horror movies, so I mean, I gotta keep using that until she gets bigger.
So this is the filmmaking thing, Nadine. It's horror for you. I mean, you bleed horror.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's all I know. I mean, I couldn't see myself making some kind of love story or something like that.
There's no way you could like try to remake Terms of Endearment or
Good God.
Because listen, when I watched Maya's journal, I really saw something where I'm like, boy, if she could just get like a Shirley MacLaine or a Deborah Winger, I'm like, she could really have, she could really make something so beautifully dramatic that could just blow people away. Like, I really see you being like maybe the next James L. Brooks, Nadine.
Yeah, no.
But no, seriously, the horror thing is for you. I mean, it's definitely. I mean, you can see it in your images that you have an incredible passion for this genre. Tell me about No Pets Allowed. I mean, you just finished filming. You just put out a trailer. This is your next film that you're putting out. Yeah. Give our listeners a little background on how you put this thing together.
How I put it together was I just kind of thought of a base idea. Like I always tell everyone this. I start with a skeleton, right? And then build upon it, and then it just sort of popped in my mind because there was other ideas that I had going on with using Samantha in a certain film. And then I just sort of was thinking, I started building around with her kind of character. And then I was like, oh, hey, I got this other actor from a punk band too. So then everything started to mix together and I kind of built a story around with everything that I had available to me.
And Samantha, how did you come across Nadine?
I was actually supposed to be filming 2 other horror films. I was to make cameos in a couple other films, and they ended up getting some glitches, and that never happened. So my name got passed on from that director to Nadine. And lo and behold, we met at a Starbucks when there was a script in my hand, and she'd already decided that I was her girl.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sure she did. Well, Nadine's like, I'm making horror movies. I'm going to put a punk rocker and a woman with extremely large breasts in my movie. How could that, go wrong, in the horror world? I mean, that's a no-brainer. Samantha, working with Nadine, is she? Tell me how she is as a director. I mean, is the set? Hold on, no, seriously, is the set friendly? Is she Nazi-esque? Is it laid back? I mean, tell me what it's. Give me a quick description on a typical day of a set of Nadine Leigh-Esperance's films.
Well, this is the question everybody asks us, and it's funny because Nadine is the most kind, gentle, soft little pussycat you're ever going to meet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a jerk. So every time we're on set, she was like, okay, guys, well, we're just trying to get this going whenever you're ready. Just have something to eat and then, meet me on the set. And she'd be downstairs, puttering and, setting up her blood and whatnot. And everyone's kind of doing their thing. And then finally I would just, lose my fuse and be like, everyone, downstairs, let's go.
Oh my God. So hold on. Nadine, Samantha's difficult to work with.
No, she's not.
Oh, come on. She sounds like a nightmare over here. Joe, you make films. Could you imagine if one of your actors was doing that?
Dude, she was awesome. She wasn't like that to me.
So she's doubling as a line producer. Exactly. This is basically what you're saying, Samantha.
Yeah,
you're getting people motivated.
She did. And
you're
she
ready
was
to go.
The script supervisor at the same time, and we're at the penthouse, It's awesome.
So do you live close by?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you guys in Canada? It sounds like you're
so sweet and so gentle. And pardon me.
Did you say you're up in Canada?
Really close to each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. She's probably like a 6-minute cab ride from my place.
6 minutes.
Now, Nadine, what's
hold on.
business?
Nadine has the cab ride timed down. She's like it's only 6 minutes.
Around there.
It's cab to my house than it is for me to put gas in my truck to drive to hers.
Yeah, totally it is.
Do that.
I'm really fascinated by all these photos, Tom. You have to get into it. You got to get into what's going on with all the photos on the Facebook and stuff. And you guys got to let us know which photos we can use for the to put up on the website, because there's all sorts of freaky shit going on here. Like one photo,
okay.
This dude has hooks in the back of his skin. Now, can we get some context for that one?
That one's actually that one's not part of the movie, but the guy is the guy with the body mods is one of my characters in the film. So
Okay, so what is that from the set? Is that from the set
No,
or
that one's not. No.
okay? So what is going on there?
I'm looking at these are really
So
awesome.
It's
that
one
has
of his
nothing to do.
promotional
That's like
photos
his,
that advertises him and his art.
yeah, it's a promotion. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you guys are you guys are into like is it like a fetish show or what's happening here?
Like the movie or his show?
Like what's
No,
going on with these photos here? With
Burns the Dragon himself, his show is he walks on glass. He does some sort of like magic and illusion, as well as he hangs from hooks in his back. He's got a split tongue, tattooed eyes. Like he does his own freak show.
right,
And
right.
of course, as soon as there's someone in Vancouver doing a freak show, Nadine's their new best friend. So
Right. So that's what I'm trying to get at. So what do you guys? So what kind of crowd are you hanging with? Like, what's going on? What's happening in Nadine's world? Where you got a funky scene going on. So I just want to hear what's happening with that. What do
we
you?
have a
What do
really
you?
cool
Tell
group
you.
of people. Like our crew is really solid, and we're all from opposite places.
Yeah, but we all like know each other and everyone's intertwined together. Like the horror community here is really small. And the
Mhm.
horror community is also mixed with the kind of like the body mod community and all the freak show, the gorelesque kind of shows and stuff like that. And it's just everybody knows each other who knows
Right.
that
So
scene.
you have an opportunity to really stick out in Vancouver, like in that city. I mean, you honestly could create a scene there.
Not me personally, but
Oh, come on. You could.
Yeah, you could.
Why couldn't you? You obviously are, doing shit, Nadine. I mean, come on, man.
yeah, just starting though. So
Very true. See, she's modest, Joe.
Right. Well, definitely looks like there's a good scene going on. Like I really dig what's happening here.
Yes. I don't have a tattoo or a
Fascinating.
piercing, but I'm really thinking about going out and getting one now.
You're probably gonna have to if you want to hang with us.
Yeah, I'd have to. So you wouldn't take me in because I don't have a piercing or a tattoo?
Oh, we take you in. We just corrupt you.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, my God. Joe, I don't think I can handle that.
I think you would love to be corrupted, Tom.
I
We're
don't
very
know.
persuasive.
Nadine, how come you don't put you don't do any acting?
No, I don't.
You're just not into it. You'd rather stay behind the camera.
Yeah, but in my movie, I'm a bartender, so
Oh, okay.
And
I
you're a
just
great
take-
bartender.
yeah, I'm an awesome bartender.
No, wait, Samantha. You mean in real life she's a good bartender? Like she makes a good cocktail?
No, she was an amazing actress in her own movie, and then I convinced her to be in my music video just last weekend because
Very
she
cool.
is okay both behind and in front of the camera,
So
but
she's
she's
a-
very humble.
So Samantha, she has some chops, right? She could do some acting.
Oh, dude, her whole everything is so nice on camera. Her face and her skin tone and her hair and
I can tell. No, she's a very attractive woman. I mean, this is why. But this is why I'm surprised that she's not putting herself in front of the camera. I mean, if I was even Joe, if I was even remotely attractive, I'd put myself in front of the camera.
Well, we were just talking about that before you guys got on, actually, because we. But Samantha, you are absolutely stunning,
Dude,
stunningly
awesome
photogenic.
camera. yeah.
Yeah, that.
I mean,
that
we
must,
just have-
Samantha. To be you, it must be really fucking boring. I got to tell you that.
Like we need to really let the listeners know that Samantha is like she owns the image. Any image that she's on, it's like magnetic, right? I mean, it's amazing.
thank you.
You definitely command the camera.
What did
Well,
you? What did you start off as, Samantha? You were doing. I mean, you did some stripping, and then you started to do some like fetish shows in theaters, and now you're acting. Is that basically how it went?
Yeah, well, technically, I guess I started acting first when I was like 9.
Okay.
And then, you grow up and you have to get a real job. And I didn't like my real job, so I became a stripper.
Okay.
And I toured all across Canada, and then we had to do an award show for the adult entertainment industry. And I was one of the performers, and the host didn't show up, and I became the host within a matter of seconds.
Uh-huh.
And once the general community discovered that they could put a microphone in my hand and I looked good in front of the camera, I just blew up from there. And I became the host of the tattoo convention, the Taboo Not Even Nice sex show, punk rock shows, anything where there was a big group of people that needed to have their attention in one spot. I was the girl that got hired for it.
So Joe, she gets the crowd going.
That's right. It
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
looks like she does.
That was my job, and then the more people knew me, the bigger and more notoriety I got. I started doing cameos in films, and then same thing happened once they gave me a cameo. They were like, "Oh crap, this girl can act," and so then I became an actress again.
Wow. Tell me about your role in No Pets Allowed. Who do you play?
I play Rebecca, which is a character named after Nadine's middle name, and
Original, eh?
everybody else in the film has their own names, and I'm the only character with a fake name.
Wow.
Oh, is that right?
But you never hear anyone's names in the writing. But no, I played this girl who she's got the body of a woman but the mind of a fucked up kid. And she uses that to her advantage so that she can finally have pets because her dad didn't let her have pets growing up.
Oh man. So the character has daddy issues.
Oh, there are so many daddy issues.
Do you have now? Do you? I mean, you and I hate to make this correlation, Joe. It's probably wrong, but doing the stripping thing. I mean, normally the consensus is that most of the girls have daddy issues. Do you have any daddy issues?
I don't. I went from being a God-fearing missionary to being a stripper. And I thought, I didn't know what stripping was when I started. I thought that it was like what I saw on TV and like the old movies where the girls had big feathered headdresses and their own trailers with tigers. So when I became a stripper, it was because I wanted to yeah.
Like burlesque.
Yeah, burlesque. Yeah.
I didn't know that stripping was like, well, what it is. So when I toured Canada, I was doing these big shows where I had giant spider webs on stage that tied me up, or I would like fall from the rafters into a coffin and do like a big crazy show. And then after a few years, I was like, I'm losing money by buying all these props and trying to be a showgirl. I could just show my tits and make money. So that's what I did.
Well, speaking of which, are they real or are they not real? Because obviously, they're gigantic. I mean, they're.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they have their own serial numbers.
Nadine, you're definitely shooting that with a wide angle. You have to put the wide angle, right? I mean, if you're in the same room.
I'm actually surprised Nadine didn't actually do any obvious boob shots in her movie.
Good for you, Nadine.
Shot, remember? The "Just Trust Me" shot.
Oh, yeah, that was at the end of this.
Tell us about No, hold on a second. You don't just say that on this fucking show, and then what is the "Just Trust Me" shot, Nadine?
You don't remember that in the trailer?
It was a shot that I made her do. It was not Nadine's idea. I was like, let's just shoot a reverse on this and then come up real close on me because I was kind of I don't know, I was in my normal work mode, and then I realized that I was directing Nadine at that point, and I told her I made her take a shot like close up my boobs.
Sounds like Samantha just takes over the production, Nadine. What's going on there?
Yeah. I think maybe her boobs take over the production now.
It's her boobs.
It's usually my boobs are tired, and I just drive them to work.
That's great.
But
And
to have an enormous breast like that, I mean, does it? I mean, you're probably not like this, but it has to be the focus of attention with everybody. Does that get annoying, Samantha, or are you just like, fuck this? I mean, enjoy them.
Well, here. My whole reputation, my career is based on my boobs, and it kind of happened by accident.
Right.
I've always had big boobs, but then when I had them done to be a stripper, they got better. And then I destroyed them when I was a snowboarder, and I had them redone.
Okay. Hold up right there. Hold up right there. You destroyed them by water?
They were destroyed.
That's like a super. That's like certain superheroes. You get destroyed by water. That's like your That's like your kryptonite. How did you destroy your boobs? How did you destroy the boobs?
I was a snowboarder.
She was laying flat, probably on the breast, Joe, and pressing down hard.
Okay.
You know?
Right. I don't know.
No, because
They're
you're
really
big.
durable.
They're
They're really durable. They come with guarantee. But no, I was snowboarding and I was doing a rainbow rail. And I slipped and my boob got stuck on the bar while the rest of my body slipped underneath it. And it ripped my implant off my pec muscle and tore open my pec muscle, and the implant like rotated upside down, like inside my body. And so 3 months later, I got that fixed.
Oh man.
See, they got
That
and,
must-
and
Yeah,
they have
so I had.
That was painful. I mean, that must have been extremely painful.
and they have great health care up there in
Yeah.
Canada, Joe. So like you could wreck a boob and they'll fix it right up. Like here in America, like
Well,
if you get if a boob is ruined, you're fucked.
Well,
Yeah,
actually,
but
what?
you take a walk in my neighborhood.
in Canada, because it's like
You take a walk in my neighborhood. There are just a plethora of destroyed boobs that cannot be fixed because of our poor health care. And Samantha Mack, let me tell you something. You are lucky to be a Canadian resident, to be a citizen of Canada, because your boobs got ruined and they fixed those boobs right up.
No,
They
she
did.
said she had to wait 3 months. You had to wait 3 months, right?
I had to wait 3 months for my pec muscle to heal.
Okay.
And I had to make the money to get them fixed because as good as our healthcare system is, they really don't have sympathy if you break your fake tit. So in the end, I spent almost
There's a lack of compassion.
When you bust a tit, yeah, exactly.
So Nadine, I mean, no pets,
$18,000 later, I got new boobs.
no pets allowed. I mean, it sounds awesome. You got Samantha running around with you. You got Tadpole. Let me ask you this. I mean, you and Samantha. I mean, is this a partnership that we're gonna continue to see?
I would like to.
Yeah, Nadine, is it? Is it?
Yeah, of course it is. We already talked about this.
Yay.
We're
Come
gonna
on.
use all the same people again because everyone was so awesome in the film. Like the people that you don't see in the film, like Burns, and there's Lanny, who's also in the film.
Lanny.
Lanny's awesome, but that would just give the whole movie away if I showed any kind of pictures of them. So
That's true.
yeah, and
We're working on a like this summer we're doing another little competition that Nadine had brought up. That was like a horror themed like little short competition, and so we're doing another film just for shits and giggles and using almost the entire cast all over again because the people are just so great. We really lucked out that everyone are such talented actors and happy being covered in blood.
Nadine, you listen to me, sweetheart. You really have to get more excited about what you're about here. You're putting these great people together. They're coming together because of you. You're creating a scene, babe.
We are. Yes.
Come on. Come on.
He wants you to stand up and start screaming.
Oh, he wants me to stand up and flail, but there's no camera, so you can't see me do that.
Okay, just scream. Let's hear a scream about. Oh, come on! You could do better than that.
Give us a good horror scream. Come on.
A horror scream.
Yes, I want to hear it.
I'm just getting over a cold right now. So.
You're not going to get anything out of Nadine. Are you kidding me? She'll look at you and she'll be like, "This is my happy face. It's also my sad face."
Okay, can we get a scream? Can we get a scream out of you, or even a moan? I guess, Samantha, if you whatever you want.
You
Some
want
guy-
to moan. You don't want to scream.
whatever. Some sound of excitement would be great.
Yeah, any sound of joy, please.
Oh, of joy, so not a scream.
And not a moan?
Well, we would accept a moan, right, Tom? Would we accept that?
We'll take the moan. Yes, I mean, if
All right, I'll try to
we
do my
have to
best.
take the
Yeah.
moan. We'll take it.
Okay, hang on. I have to get into character. Let me take my top off.
Take your time. She's taking her top off for us, Joe.
Okay.
Thank you, Nadine, for producing that.
I'm perusing your Facebook pictures, imagining that actually, Samantha.
Oh, do you like my pictures?
Yes.
Listen,
Do you like what you see?
Yes, I am.
Is it exciting to you?
You're very attractive. I mean, I can't deny it. I mean, that's undeniable.
Really?
Keep going.
Any more?
I mean, I'm looking at this picture, and you're on stage. It's. I really like the photo with you in like the black shiny cat suit. It's really attractive. You're walking up the stairs.
Yeah, that's a good one.
There's a zipper going right down
all the way down.
Yeah.
You're dirty.
I can't believe that just happened.
Samantha, how tall are you?
5'5"3/4".
Wow.
You got to hang on to that 3/4.
Yeah.
Right?
No, don't hang on to that 3/4. Get rid of that 3/4. You don't need the 3/4.
I was filming with the lead actor Paul, who is a giant, and I had to wear like these big monster booths that had like a 4-inch platform on them, so that when you could see us in the same frame, our heads were both in it.
Yeah, Paul's big.
Nadine, when you putting this thing out, Nadine?
End of July.
End of July?
Yep.
All right. And do you have any festivals you're going to be screening it at? You want to let anyone know?
So far it's going to be at the Fake Flesh Film Fest. There's a mouthful, right?
Fake flesh.
Yeah,
Tongue twister.
I think it's a mouthful.
Fake Flesh Film Festival.
Now, Samantha, do you host the Fake Flesh Film Festival?
I actually was going to contact them about that because I'm coming back from LA to go to all 10 days of the festival. And then I thought, well, since I'm there, maybe I can host it.
Totally, right? That's what I was thinking, that you should be hosting them.
Yeah.
Definitely. Hey,
but yeah,
listen.
they start in Victoria and they end up in the middle of the prairies. They go right across Western Canada. So
yeah, it's a 10-day
fun
festival, 10 city. It's going to be sweet.
Sounds like a blast.
Nice.
Hey, listen, if you girls ever make it down to New York City, get in touch with us. We'd love to hang out with you and have a drink. The both of you are a lot of fun, and I'm totally digging your vibe.
Have no idea how much fun we are, hon.
I can only imagine. And I honestly, Nadine, I'd love to, talk to you about movies. It was, you're obviously a big film fan. So if you're ever in the area, please get in touch with us. It would be cool.
Oh, for sure. New York? Hell yeah.
New York City, man.
I'm down for that.
That's where it's at. All right, girls. Thanks a lot for coming on tonight. And Samantha,
thank you, guys.
Thanks a lot for seducing Joe. He really needs
you guys are good sports. It was a lot of fun,
Yes.
and I'm really looking forward to it. And I'll get in touch with you, Nadine, and we'll put up the links and whatever trailer
Absolutely.
and whatever sexy photos you have up onto the post with the podcast.
Yeah, sounds wicked, man.
All right, Nadine, Samantha,
Thanks so
Mack,
much.
thanks a lot for coming on. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye. Thank
All right,
Thank you.
ciao, girls.
you.
Bye.
Joe, I mean, I never thought I would live to see the day where you were seduced on the cutting.
Well, you know
I
what's
never
funny? You know what was funny is like I'm watching this chicken seduce Samantha.
That's funny, right? My chicken head.
Yeah, you chicken head is like talking.
Max is gonna have a field day.
He's going to have a field day. Hey, let me just say goodbye to everybody. Thanks for listening. You could like us on Facebook at the Cutting Room fan page, and you could follow me on Twitter. How exciting is that? At Thomas Detloff at Cutting Room Show. You could also check out our awesome YouTube channel where we are now approaching 100,000 views. Very excited. Cutting Room Movie Podcast on YouTube. Hey, listen, everyone. We'll be back in September with some full episodes. We are over, and we are out. Ciao.